So you said that you've been recently started thinking more about your financial future and what you can expect from a state pension. Given that we've made the horrifying discovery today that the state pension isn't going to be enough to feed us, have you pursued any other financial options to safeguard your future in Japan?
Well, I didn't really pursue it, but like the government is encouraging people in Japan that do that.
Yeah.
There's two different programs. One is called Nisa.
Nisa, okay.
And then one is called iDeCo.
Right, okay.
They are so-called like private like retirement plan, like 401k plan.
Okay, yeah.
But like you pay into your plan, and then they will invest the money.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to pay for tax.
Okay, so there's a tax break. Yeah.
Yeah. But only difference is for the Nisa one.
Okay.
Like you invest into it, like it's tax free, but you can get it out anytime you want.
What do you mean by get it out?
You can sell the managed fund or you buy ETF.
Yeah.
Then you can sell it anytime you want. It's just like normal stock market.
Okay.
You can sell it anytime without paying any tax. That's Nisa.
Okay. What does Nisa stand for?
So Nisa is it's called Nihon Individual Saving Account.
Okay, all right.
And there's one called iDeCo.
All right.
It's similar to Nisa. You invest in a managed fund.
Yeah.
But you cannot take it out until you are 60.
Until you're 60?
Until you're 60.
Or 65 or 7?
60.
60, okay,
yep.
Right. Okay.
So, but you don't have to pay tax either.
Okay, yeah.
But for that one, depending on what kind of plan you're in,
yeah.
The iDeCo can be partially paid for by the company.
Oh, okay.
Or you can pay it on your own, pay for it on your own.
All right, okay, yeah.
So the only benefit is your company pay half of it.
That's iDeCo.
iDeCo.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
That's if you are lucky, your company do that. If you don't, they only pay like 1,000 or 2,000 yen per month.
Okay. Yeah.
But which isn't much at all.
Okay. Right. Okay.
So the thing I'm doing Nisa. There's two different Nisa. One is a regular Nisa, and then there's one is a recurring investment Nisa. Mm. So both are Nisa. There's a little bit different. For the regular one, you can invest in stock, ETF, managed fund. And for the recurring one, you can only invest in managed fund managed by the bank. For example, if you're doing with your Mizuho or Rakuten or different bank, you can do it. They will manage the fund for you.
Yeah.
But and also the difference is for each year, there's a different investment amount.
Yeah.
For the regular one, is 2.4 million yen.
A year.
A year.
So that's the upper limit.
Upper limit. Yeah.
Okay.
It's around like 1,600 USD or like around 13,000 British pound for the regular one.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
But there's quite a lot. I don't think I will invest this much.
I wouldn't have that much money to.
For regular like salaryman like me, I don't think I can invest that much anyway.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I mean, I've of course. I mean, I'm not very well clued into it, but I have heard of a Nisa, and I know that the government, was it this year that they rolled out this new Nisa program, and as you said, they want to encourage people to, instead of kind of stash cash under their bed kind of thing, they want people to invest, right?
It's happening a lot.
Yeah, exactly. A lot to be said for that, I think. Yeah. But they want the public to invest money, right?
Yep.
To boost the economy is my very, very basic understanding of part of the government's reason for sort of rolling out this new Nisa program. I think for me personally, like, I mean, I've got a Japanese wife, so like many foreigners with a Japanese partner, I can just default to them to sort of deal with stuff like this. But if I was in your situation, if I was just kind of on my own, first of all, I'd be thinking, I'd be really reluctant to have to go to a bank and say, can I invest? Can I do this, that, and the other? Because I'd be worried. I mean, they don't even want to give me a credit card.
True.
And now I'm talking about investing my long-term future in the country, and they'll be like, well, hang on, your visas only last for about 5 years, and then you're going to clear off. So I'd worry about that aspect of it. But I think we should say that the Nisa is open to foreigners.
Yep, it is.
Right?
It's basically the same as normal stock market, but it's just tax-free.
Okay.
So you can invest in a Japanese stock market, or you can invest in the U.S. stock market.
Okay.
Like all the public exchange market, you can invest into it.
And what happens if you decide to, right, I don't want to live in Japan anymore? What happens
then? You just need to sell the property you own.
Yeah.
And you sell it, and then you can get all your money back without paying tax.
Okay. Yeah.
That's for Nisa.
Is there like a sort of percentage return that you can expect from your investments in Nisa?
I mean, if you invest in, for example, you invest in like SP 500.
Yeah.
Then the return should be like between 10% per year.
Yeah.
The ROI is same, basically the same whatever stock or exchange you invest in.
Yeah.
So you shouldn't invest in stock because it's quite risky.
Okay.
It might drop. So that's why they encourage you to invest in the like exchange fund or managed fund.
Okay.
Those items, because like when you invest to a like ETF fund,
yeah,
it's invest into a sector of a market.
Okay.
So the chance of the whole sector gone is very slim.
Okay, right.
So it's around 7 to 10% for SP 500, like stock index.
Okay. And can I ask you, like, so you said you've set up a Nisa.
Mm-hmm.
Just very quickly, was that easy to do?
Yeah, but I can do it online within like 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And what are the very basic things you need to do that?
I think you need to have your own. So first, you have to prove your identity.
Yeah.
So you either have your like Saidu card, the resident card.
Your Gaijin card. Yeah.
Gaijin card, or you have your permanent resident card.
Okay.
Or you need to have your Japanese address, because without a Japanese address, you cannot open a bank.
You don't exist in Japan.
Yeah, you don't exist in Japan.
Yeah.
So the first thing you do is you apply for it.
Yeah.
And they will send you a letter.
Yeah.
To confirm your existence, you live in that address.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then after that, they will ask you to submit the document.
So who's they? You're applying to
the bank.
Okay, which you already have an account with.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
I mean, it's different because like the whole apply process. For example, normal bank first like Nisa usually is in a exchange, like stock exchange.
Right.
Stock exchange, not a bank, it's like a broker.
Mm-hmm.
For example, Rakuten, there's Rakuten Bank, there's Rakuten Investment Bank. So it's the same bank but it's like different department.
Okay, right.
So you have to apply the whole process again.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so you need a residence card, you need a bank. Do you need my number?
I think recently you do.
Yeah, I think everybody, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because like if you don't, it's possible. If you don't have your My Number card, you need to submit your resident card and your resident proof of certificate from
all that stuff. Yeah.
So there's different way. So if you have My Number card, you just need to copy the front and back. That's only one document. Yeah. But if you don't have that, you can submit your Saidu card, your resident card, plus one other thing. For example, you can submit your driver license or like resident certificate. Okay, right. That's it.
Got it. And so that's a little bit about Nisa. You said you're doing Nisa. So you've got Nisa, you've got your state pension. Are you doing anything else? Do you think you should be doing anything else?
Yep, I think we should because for me, for Nisa one, because like there's a certain amount of growth is limited per year. Okay. For example, you invest in the stock market, it's only like 10% a year. Okay. So I also invest in cryptocurrency.
Ooh, okay.
So which means I would get it's a little bit risky.
Yeah.
But it's also provide me bigger return.
Okay.
So compared with Nisa, I would get a ROI return of interest or investment per year is around like 100 to 200%.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
So, but I have to pay the tax. Yeah. That's the problem. Okay. If I earn like 1 million, I have to pay like 10% or 20% to the government. Okay. So the investing in crypto is good. Okay. But it's also like the taxation is very heavy in Japan, I think. Okay.
Can I just pause you there for 1 second? I mean, how did you decide to do that? Did you act on the advice of somebody in Japan who said you should do this, or did you just research it and figure it out for yourself?
Oh, I know like cryptocurrency like 10 or 15 years ago when I was in college. I study in computer science.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of tech stuff.
Okay.
So by that time I already know like Bitcoin or those kind of things.
Yeah.
At that time the Bitcoin is only $1 per Bitcoin. Now it's like 10 or 60,000 or something like that.
Okay, you've just said a whole bunch of stuff that I don't understand, basically, but that's interesting to me because like crypto, Bitcoin, that kind of thing, just it goes right over my head. So I'd never be able to get involved in that. So it's interesting to see that, you know, you've pursued that route and that route is available. Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, cryptocurrency is just similar to gold. There's a certain value among people believe in the value into it, so people will invest in it.
Okay, right.
It's all about people believe in it. There's certain value into it.
I mean, are you doing this crypto thing like as a bit of fun, or not fun, but like kind of as a little bonus, or is it a serious part of your?
I mean, it's just for fun.
It's just for fun.
If I lost it, I lost it.
Okay.
So but most important things about investment is diversity.
Okay, right.
You don't put everything in one basket.
Yeah.
That's why I divide the amount I invest into a certain different category.
Yeah, I get that.
So for Nisa, I will invest like probably 10 or 20% of the total investment value.
Okay, right.
Into Nisa.
Yeah.
And I put other percentage into other like category. For example, like cryptocurrency and also in gold. Yeah. Gold is the trusted like
gold
investment.
Is the gold standard. Yeah.
So I mean, for gold, the standard is gold standard. Like the return of investment is not high. Yeah. It's around 4% compared to like Bitcoin, like 100%. But you will never lost value for gold. Okay. So I mean, you will, but not that much. Okay. All right. But in the long term, like 10 or 20 years. That's guarantee that your gold, if you invest in gold, your whole profile will be going up in the long term. Okay. But if you invest in Bitcoin, there's a chance that you will lose everything. Okay. Right. Okay. So I divide it into like a few different categories. Diversify
your portfolio. Blimey. Okay. All right. Okay. So crypto. Is there something that's more, let's say, less sexy that you're investing in, something a bit more? I mean, gold, and also like I plan to invest in an apartment or like a mansion. Okay, right. Okay, yeah. Because as you might know, I'm 30 already. If I don't get it now, it's difficult. To get like a 35-year loan, right? Yeah, that's true. So you're either gonna have to save up and buy somewhere cheap. Or, yeah. Okay. So I mean, buying a house in Japan is kind of risky because like as most people know, Japan's housing value is going down only. Yeah, it's like buying a car basically. It's like buying a car. Yeah. I mean, that's why you don't buy a house in Japan, you buy a mansion. Right. You buy a mansion, that means even after like 30 years, there is still value in there. And by mansion you mean an apartment? Apartment in Japan, they call it mansion in Japan. I don't know why, but but if you buy a house after 30 years, the house value is go to zero. Just the property land value. The land on it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that's the only for the major thing I do Nisa, crypto, and gold. Okay. And that's it. Okay. But I'm looking into buying a property in Japan too. And you got your state pension as well. Yeah. I mean, I don't think the state pension will do much for me. Get you some sandwiches maybe. Yeah, get us sandwiches. Yeah, it doesn't pay for my house or something like that. No, it's not going to do that. No. What about you? Do you do anything special? Yeah, basically, my wife and I have a couple of. I'm not really sure what to call them, but I'm just going to call them sort of life insurance plans. Mm-hmm. And one of them is literally life insurance, which we pay into monthly. Somebody is managing it and investing it, and depending on that investment, when either of us passes away, we'll get a lump sum payment from it. And also, it also doubles up as a kind of health insurance as well. If we get hospitalized, we can claim on it to cover, like meals and, TV and stuff like that. You have to pay for these things in hospital. Yeah. It covers that kind of thing. So that's one thing we've been doing. We've been doing that for years, actually. And the other thing we started quite recently is, again, I don't really know what to call it, but again, it's an investment. We pay into it monthly. And at the time of setting it up, we chose which companies to invest in. We can change those at any time, I think. And then we pay into it monthly, I think based on our salary, I think maybe. And then the way that works is we pay into it until we're 70 and then it pays out. Or we can also use it as a kind of health insurance if we get really sick. I mean, like really, really sick, like I don't want to name the names, but like really sick. Then at that time we can claim on it and it pays out and it finishes at that point. So it's either until we're sick or until we're 70. And so we've got those two things going on. And I think with our savings, our joint savings, and with those two things and maybe a state pension. Well, my wife's state pension will be bigger than mine because she'll have paid into it for longer. Then that's so far that's what we've got.
But think about in the best case scenario, if you and your wife is both healthy, for example, live until like 80 or 90.
Can I just stop here?
Yeah.
I only want to hear positive things.
It is positive.
Okay, go on then.
And like in the best case scenario, you live until 80 or 90. Yeah. But does your insurance pay out a small amount, like living expense for you?
No, it's it's until 70. It's like all of it.
So at 70, they give you back all the money.
All of it, plus your investment. Or whatever you've lost, or whatever you've.
That's not insurance.
Yeah. But it's a low risk investment. Apparently, the person, my wife's one of my wife's best friends from school is somebody that we trust. Yeah. And they're involved in insurance and financial advisors. So this is somebody that could help us. And based on their advice, they said, well, this is like. It's a kind of low risk kind of thing, so it's not something that you need to feel like heavy about. You know, it's just something that it's a little bit of peace of mind. It's nothing for you to worry about too much. And also, the reason we did choose this route over the Nisa is because it's something we can keep paying into if we were to leave Japan, and which is something that I think about a lot. And so we wanted something that could work for whether we moved back to England or whether we stayed here. So this kind of ticked those boxes. Yeah.
But for your insurance, do you buy it from a Japanese company or you buy it from the Western company? Because like if you buy it in a Japanese company, you can get like tax deduction for your insurance. Insurance stuff.
I don't want to say what the name of the company is, but I have to look it up.
Is it in Japan or is it outside?
Oh, it's in Japan. It's a Japan-based thing. So,
if you buy life insurance in Japan, you can claim for the deduction.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, we can. Yes, we do. Yeah, and we do. Yeah.
Well, that's a good option because like, if you invest into the insurance, then you don't have to pay tax because you are not earning anything. It's just the investment, the life insurance investing in the portfolio that keep increasing. You don't have to pay tax on that, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I think that's a good option,
I mean, it's interesting to me, like this is kind of moving more towards a conclusion, I guess, but like, I think that, that Japan is really, I think, realized that it needs more foreigners to make up for labor shortages. So it makes me wonder if like, my feeling at the moment is like Japan is bringing in foreigners, but it doesn't really have a long-term strategy for them still, I don't think. Like this new, like, what
nomad visa?
Not the nomad visa, but like the...
trainee?
Yeah, the trainees. They've changed the name of it. But they're only allowed to stay for 5 years, I think. So that's over. Okay, we want to plug in gaps in our labour, but don't stay too long. After
you cannot buy a house.
Get out. Yeah, exactly.
You cannot
we don't
get
want
anything.
you to stay forever. So at the moment, I feel like that there is still, just my personal feeling is there are still like challenges, walls that make long-term planning in Japan still a bit harder than it should be, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it is, because like there's many things that block you from, if you're a foreigner, there's many like different difficulties for you to do things.
Yeah.
For example, even for like buying a house, you cannot get like a mortgage.
It's difficult. Yeah.
It's quite difficult.
Yeah, yeah.
And even if you can get a mortgage, your mortgage rate is higher than Japanese. So in conclusion, there's like few different options.
Yeah.
Nisa and iDeCo.
Yeah.
And these two are supported by government.
Right.
And it's tax free.
Yeah.
And then there's an option of like life insurance.
Yeah.
It's also tax free, and then you can also get like tax deduction.
Yeah.
And then you can also invest in crypto, but it's quite risky.
Yeah.
So you have to know your stuff to do that. But so for anything that is safe, only invest in the government supported one, and also in gold. Gold is a good one. For crypto or property, it's kind of risky, because like in Japan, as you know, it's a lot of earthquake, right? So there's certain risk involved in investment. So we are not an advisor. So we cannot advise you anything. We just provide the option for you guys. Yeah. I would say Nisa is quite a good option.
Okay. Yeah.
But as long as you invest in just like index fund like SP 500, and that's it. Yeah. Because anything else, there's risk. So if you buy into the stock, it might collapse. So only invest in index fund, and that's it. Okay. So anything you want to add to it?
No.
No.
I think like to be honest, this subject is still a challenge for me. I think it's something that I need to sort of pay more attention to, and I think I have started paying more attention to it in recent years. I do genuinely feel better for doing that. And I think I'm lucky that I'm in a position where I've got some expendable income to do these kind of things. I worry about like, if I come over here and I'm an English teacher or whatever on a salary of like, I don't know, 200,000 yen a month. I mean, what are my options at that point? Yeah. You know, but let's not end on a negative note, because I think this is an important topic to address. And I'm glad that you've given me this opportunity to address it.
That's the end of the video. So if you have invested in anything else, so comment below and let us know, so we learn more about from you guys too. We are not an expert in finance advisor. We just normal guys living in Japan.
Sharing our experiences.
Yeah. Share this video too. And make sure to click the like button and subscribe.
Subscribe.
See you next time.
Bye.